Hi guys, welcome to another training. This is on resistance and supply zones, and let's look at M&M chart. We are looking at the M&M chart, and there are too much stuff here. Uh, Let me go to another chart. Right. So we have a Nestle India chart. We are on the daily time frame, and we are looking at resistance and support as a topic here. So what is resistance? Resistance is always above the price. And if you let me draw a horizontal line here. So this horizontal resistance is something that does not allow the price to go above it easily. Price can go above it, but by and large, price will bounce off resistance. Now, in our earlier chapter on support, you learned about support and demand zones and how price bounced off support, and it can bounce off demand zone also, especially fresh demand zone. So similarly, there's something called resistance. Support is here below the price, demand resistance is above the price. So we are on the daily time frame here, and we are looking at the chart of Nestle India. So now let's see what we have here. We have price going up, bouncing off, bounced off here. Let's look at whether we is this resistance for is this resistance being tested earlier? Let us check. Uh, we can't see it at least for up to 2018, last 5 years. So it seems like price is at an all-time high. So this is a fresh resistance that we have from the month of December. From 2nd Jan, the new year this year, we have resistance and it's holding. So we come down here. So this is resistance. Resistance always above the current market price. Support is always below the current market price. Of course, price can be above resistance also, but then it remains there only for a short bit, then it comes below. Or if the resistance has been tested multiple times, one, two, three, four, then it'll break through like the sledgehammer. You keep hitting a wall and finally it will break through and then it will go up. It will go up, retest the resistance, which will now become support for it, and then go above. But by and large, what I mean by resistance is going to be most of the time. See, when the price is at a particular point, you will have support which is below and resistance which is above the CMP, which is the current market price. Now, let us see here. What I wanted to show you was a supply zone. Now, what is a supply zone? Supply zone is a fresh, supply zones are fresh and stale. But by fresh, I mean a supply zone where you have something like rally based drop or drop based drop, which has not been tested by the price. So there could be orders, sell orders lying there for you to execute. So here we have something like an evening star, and then we have a bullish harami, and then again price opens above it but falls below it. So again a bearish engulfing, and it goes down. So I I have given you an idea about resistance here, and you can also have resistance here. Just this is just for academic purposes, so that you get an idea. Again, it's red. Can you see? Price is there's a resistance here, so the price is not able to go bang 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 again back here. Not able to go. Then again up 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 up. Finally, it managed to have a we have almost 4 times the volume, 20-day volume, and it breaks through. And now this resistance has will become support in future. So it's going like this, like this, like this. Evening star, blah blah, bearish engulfing comes down. Now it's forming a rounding pattern here. So this is one more resistance. This I'm drawing just so that you get an idea of what resistance is. And remember, there is a this is a resistance, crossed it, and now it's become a support. So resistance turns support will be more powerful than just a support which is tested and which has never been resistance. And similarly, a resistance, basically, if price goes above it and comes down, it will be a more powerful support. So let's go to another chart. NTPC. I took a trade here, so you have my oil and natural gas. Price is going up, 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 up. We've already seen trend lines and the sort. So where do we have resistance here? We have clear resistance here. Why clear? Why is the price bouncing off? Why do you think, ladies and gentlemen, that there are so many wicks? Price is not able to hit. So price is bouncing off. Now this is a base. Price is they are trying to hit, 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 hit. If they are able to, they'll break through. If not, they will come down. 20 EMA supporting prices. So what you have here is a resistance here. Where else can we draw a resistance line? See, the price is almost, going in a almost, if you will, a bull flag or ABCD pattern. A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D, or a bull flag pattern, if you will. So I can draw here for academic purposes. I can draw something like so. Again, this is resistance. Now it became support. Just for academic purposes. In real life, you will not do it. You are at 272. What are you going to do by wasting your time drawing a support here? Price is not going to fall up to 110 rupees in a day, 2 days, 3 day, 5 day, 10 day. So you will not even bother drawing this. Please draw supply and resistances closer to the current price. Don't waste your time. Let's go to another chart. Power grid. Again, we are on the daily. Price is going up and up and up. I'll draw. If I draw something like this here, I get multiple touches. And this is resistance turned support. This is a resistance. You see many, but it's not able to go beyond. So obviously there is something special going on here. There are sellers waiting here, and price is bouncing off. Although this is a new resistance, but there is resistance. Now, why do I say there is resistance? I say there is resistance simply because price is bouncing off. 28875, 289, 288. So it's gone up, not able to go up, right? Price tried to go up, but it closed down. Then you again have a hammer consolidating. So either it will consolidate here before it finally manages to break through with a huge volume, or it will go down. Depends on who the bear, whether the bears win or the bulls win. Resistance and supply zone obviously are created by the bears. Who is a bear? Bear is an animal, but basically one who brings the prices down, who shorts, who sells. And who is a bull? A bull is an animal, yes. Bull is the one who pushes prices up, goes long. So, whether in delivery or intraday trading. So, now I am not getting to show you what I wanted to show you here was rally based drop or drop based drop. I'm not finding that. But what I've got is I'm definitely showing you how to create, from where to create resistance line. Now, this resistance line, why have I created it here? I could have made it here. I'm getting the maximum touches. Now see if I make this here. Sure, it's a valid resistance line. One, two, three. But if I bring this down here, I get many more touches. And you see, one, two, three, four here itself, then so many resistance. This is support, this is resistance, but now it's become support. Of course, there's a bearish candle that broke down below, but that's fine. Couldn't sustain, right? Because there are orders waiting here. Now, so just for academic purposes, now let's go and see whether we can find supply zone. And find a supply zone here, a supply zone here, supply zone. Looking for a rally based drop or drop based drop because we are talking about supplies here. The market is, can you see the market is in such a upswing, the broad based market, that we are not able to find reversals. How is that? Good learning, right? I'm in the Nifty 50 and I'm having a difficult time. And this is not an edited video. I'm not editing. I'm going through stocks one by one and I'm not going to edit this video. So, unless there's some huge issue with sound or some other stuff. So, what you're seeing, you may think for you it's as good as live because what you see is what you're getting. No editing. Drop, base, drop. It's a drop. It's a base. It's a drop again. Okay, let me remove the drawings. When I right click and remove drawings, of course, I'll teach you how to use TradingView later. I don't remove the indicators. I remove only the drawings. By drawings, I mean a trend line, a horizontal line. See, the trend line is gone. The horizontal line is gone. Now, this is rally. It's also a rally, but this is kind of base and this is drop. So, I'm going to mark this. Forget the colors, but here the colors are fine. If you see, this is a rally, this is a base, and this is a drop. And it continues to drop. So, you can mark this as a fresh supply zone. And why fresh? Because price has not come, touched the zone, taken the sell orders and come back. So, whenever the price comes up to here or anywhere between here to here, there's a great chance that the price will reverse because there are plenty of institutional or big money, smart money orders here. And I told you what smart money is earlier. Hedge funds, institutions, HNIs, mutual funds, right? FIs, DIs. And if you note, I've taken, since we have only one base here, I've taken both taking the extremes of the base, the high and the lows. If there are five, I would take the highest high and the lowest low of the bases. And remember one thing, the more the number of base candles, the more the chance is that even though the supply or demand zone is fresh, chances of bouncing are less because these many base candle means most of the supply would have orders would have triggered. So lesser the number of base candles, basically between 1 and 3 are really good. Between 3 and 6 are less than good, and beyond 6 are absolutely pathetic. So remember that the zones, whether demand or supply, if you have between 1 and 3 base candles, they are very good. If they are between 4 and 6 candles, they are slightly lesser than good, but it's okay. If you have more than 6, is absolute pathetic tragedy. So what it means is that more the number of candles, the more the chances are that the thousands or lakhs of orders have been absorbed. Now see here, there is only one base here. Why do I call it base? Because there's rally, base, drop, leg in, base, leg out candle. Now, this is your fresh supply zone. Now, is it also a resistance? Yes. Price touching here, price touching here, price touching here. Can you see so many candles bouncing off? Is resistance turned support? Price came down, but it served as support here, right? So this is resistance here, but it was support. So multiple touches. Forget that it spiked a bit. That always happens. Even see this is spike here. Again it went up. Very difficult to break a support. Went here. It took a lot of effort and a lot of candles to finally break through. And once it broke through, again see, very difficult. Again it broke through here, but came back here. Again not able to break. So this is what support, what resistance is, and what a supply zone is. Now, I showed you this. Now, let me look at another. If I get another, this was rally based drop. Let's see if I can get drop based drop. Most of the very difficult now to find for this class because everything is running nowadays. Even if you're a really bad swing trader, chances are you'll make some money in longs. The market is going up, up, up. Where is drop based drop? Here is the one. Yes, here's the one. Now, this is academic, obviously, because this is in the past. I could not show you any fresh zones like I showed you earlier, but drop, base, drop. This is a drop, this is a base, and this is a drop. Now, this is a fresh zone till it was touched here. So let me make a mm, let me make a zone here. Okay. Finally, a drop, base, drop. Leg in, base, leg out. Now, again, I put this is a fresh supply zone, not as of today, but as of the time till see this price went and touched it and came back. Why did it come back? This top of the candle is selling pressure. Buyers went right up to here, but since this is a supply zone, there are orders existing, so they triggered and they brought the price down. Price had to close here. And not only did this happen, but see, this supply zone is also serving as resistance. One, two, two. Again, I tried to went in. Or see, there are orders here. This was probably a green candle while it was running, but just before the close, it became red because drop, base, drop. There are institutional orders, smart money orders here. Bulls tried here. See, they went in here. They tried a lot of stuff, but no, sorry, no. Went down here. Again, they tried. Again, there are still orders there. Again, they don't know. So this is what a supply zone is. This is a supply zone. This is also a resistance. Now, a supply zone is always a resistance, and a resistance will 110% be a supply zone, but it may not be a fresh one. After the first touch to a support and resistance, it's no longer fresh. So we call it support or resistance. But we have demand and supply zones because they are fresh and stale. So this is, while there is a spike here, this is no longer fresh, but still it has done its job. So when you are making supply zones, I would prefer that you went and made something that has not been touched by price, a fresh supply zone, so that you can place your sell side orders there. Now again, this should be in intraday equity because you cannot do swing trading on daily time frame and hold it overnight. For that, you need to get into futures, and I don't teach futures and I don't teach options. But because I'm teaching a supply zone, it's my duty to tell you that this concept is fine, but you can only be used in intraday trading on a 5 minute or a 10 minute or a 15-minute time frame. Okay, or on a early time frame. But intraday, where you have to square off your trades before 3:20 p.m. Otherwise, they will get auto cut and it'll be automatically being squared off, auto square off from your broker, and you will be charged a fine so I wouldn't want you to pay the fine and lose control of where you want to exit. So I have given you this supply zone, and this is also a resistance. One more chart and then we are through. I think I already showed you drop based drop, drop based rally, and what is the supply zone which is fresh, and what is the support. So basically, you have a good idea now on what is the supply zone and what is a. So I think you guys have a rough idea. Good idea. Let's look at one more chart just to end this. This is rally based drop. Let me remove the drawings here. So where is our resistance? We have let's look at the long chart. Zoom in. You see, first always look to the right side, the latest price movement. Okay, I can make a resistance here also. What is the point? I can make it here also. I'll make it, in fact, just for the heck of it, I'll make it here, just to show you academically. See, price is here, price is trying to spike through. No, 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 no. Finally broke through. Now resistance becomes support. Finally broke through. Then again difficulty. Now it's up. What am I going to do with a 258 to 247.40 when I'm at 273? I can still make it 30 rupees, not so much, around 10%, but still 10% will take 5 days, 10 days, God knows how many days. So I can make it. But your resistance and support should only be based on where the price is currently. No point doing it 5 years or 100 rupees, 500 rupees away from the current price. What do you want to do with it? You are not here to show your prowess. You are here to make money. And there are hundreds of charts. So if you're going to go into swing trading, you'll probably look at 100 to 100 charts, which will take some time. Don't want to be wasting our time looking at the chart on one time frame and then putting in supports or resistances where you are not going to get a trade in the next 3 to 5 days. So let's not waste our time, guys. This is just because I'm teaching you. So let's look at where price is. I'm zooming in. Can you see these two spikes here? And can you see that I have something here and here also? So I'll come here and I'll get all these. My first, I'll do alt touch. I have got all the three here. This is more important. Then I've got stuff here also. Can you see? Supporting, then going through, then now resistance. So this is how you how you put in resistance. Okay. Now, Now, when you're going to do a supply zone, please make sure that it has to be something which is fresh and something that is closer to the price. So what I see is a rally based rally. So we already have a line here. I'll draw a line here. Kindly note, although this is resistance, but if you look at this candle, I've taken the high and I've taken the open. This entire thing is a supply zone. This is resistance, yes, but this is a supply zone as well. Can you see the price dropped here? And this is fresh. This is fresh. This is kind of fresh. There is a spike here, but then this is part of the candle. So we will ignore this. Had price come here inside this supply zone and hit, then we would have called it stale. So this is still fresh. So if your price comes anywhere between this part and this part, there's a great chance that the price may go down. Now 286 and 302. If you decide to go short here, if you decide to place a short order here, forget the daily time frame. I'm talking in general about a supply zone. Please ensure that your stop loss is of the outside of the supply zone extreme. Since you're going short, your stop loss will be here. Because if the price managed to breach here, even though it's a spike, it would have invalidated your trading idea, which is that price should reverse. So, since this is a conceptual exercise and we are on daily time frame and you can't short in daily time frame in equities, don't get confused. This is pure theoretical concept. Imagine imagine this is a 5-minute time frame because you will get these patterns everywhere. You'll have a supply zone, demand zone, a support and resistance everywhere in every time zone, even on a 1-minute time frame, on 5 minute, 10 minute, 15 minute, half hourly, 1 hourly, daily, weekly, monthly. You're going to get this everywhere. So concepts remain the same, only the time frames change. Yeah. So I've given you rally based drop. This is your resistance. This is your supply zone. If price comes here, get ready to do what you will if you're in intraday with a stop loss above this. I hope you had a good time learning. And if you like the content, please give me a 5-star rating on Trustpilot. If you have any doubts, I'm here to serve you. Keep learning, keep noting down facts. Please write your learnings in the comments below and all the best. I'll see you in the next chapters.